G'day guys, Hayden Quinn here. Today we are cooking the delicious Anzac biscuit, and it's all about baking to your taste. Do you love your biscuits crunchy or chewy? For me, I'm all about the chewy Anzac biscuit. So let's get started, and while we work through it, I'm gonna give you some tips so you can either get that chewy biscuit or a crunchy biscuit along the way. All right, so first up, what we've got is our Uncle Tobys traditional rolled oats, the hero, of course, of this recipe. So I'm just gonna rain those into our mixing bowl, and then we have some plain flour, pop that in. Sugar, that goes in. Coconut goes in. And of course, we're just gonna give it a really easy mix around, just so that everything's incorporated. What we're gonna do now is grab a really small saucepan. I'm gonna bring together our wet ingredients. All we need to do is melt down our butter. So the butter is just slowly melting nice and gently, and we have our golden syrup, which I'm gonna pop in as well. The butter has melted nicely, the golden syrup is incorporated. Now it's time to get our baking soda, a little bowl, and just a dash of some boiling water to sort of bring it together. It'll fizz a little bit, which is kind of cool. And that's gonna go into our butter and golden syrup mix. Okay, so that goes in like that. Now, we've got our dry ingredients, our wet ingredients, all just need to go into our mix and just incorporate those together. This recipe is all about being able to bake to your taste. So whether you love it crunchy or you love your Anzac biscuits chewy, there's a way to achieve it. And there's some pretty simple steps. Like chewy, you're gonna leave them in the oven a little bit less. For your crunchy biscuits, they're gonna stay in the oven a little bit longer and get that really nice, deep golden color. Plus, crunchy, when you're letting them sort of cool down, you want to cool them on a wire rack. That way you can get air all around the biscuits and they get nice and crispy and crunchy. For those chewy ones, pop them into a container, set them aside and leave them for a day or two, and they're gonna be nice and chewy when you get around to them. But this is looking perfect. Another tip, once you've made your mix, work quickly and get those Anzac biscuits into the oven. Baking tray lined with some baking paper, and I'm just gonna use my hands and make up some biscuit shapes. Perfect, I've just flattened them out nicely. The oven is ready, so I'm gonna pop them in, and we'll be eating very, very soon. Look at this, these have been in the oven for about 10 minutes, and these are my chewy Anzac biscuits that I love so much. But if you love crunchy, look at that. You can see the difference. Golden, delicious, crunchy, crispy goodness. What do you love? Do you love crunchy? Do you love chewy? I love chewy, but it's all about being able to bake to your taste. So get baking this Anzac Day with your delicious, traditional Uncle Tobys rolled oats, and let me know what you love, crunchy or chewy?